It's another fat chick video. Someone said they missed my old mic and didn't like that I photoshopped or used random objects for my mic when I do it in my bedroom. So the mic's still here, you guys. It's just in the studio down the hallway. I'm just very lazy. But today I got a little motivated to move a little bit more because it's another fat chick video. 1,000-pound sister edition. And if Tammy doesn't get you motivated to move, I don't know what will.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
This video is sponsored by me and my protein donut company and my weight loss support group. For more information, click the links below in my description, and thank you all for the support. Hello YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, I'm wearing a bikini with a bra. It's a combo because if I don't, the girls will take a night, so I'm saving my eyes. So we are getting back to my 1,000-pound sisters series. Took a little break there because I can only take so much of Tammy, but last time we left off, Tissa and Tammy had that little argument because Tissa needed Tammy to walk and Amy instructed Tissa to make her walk more, and Tammy didn't like that all too much.
When Tissa gets here, I'm kind of nervous to see what she'll say when we're fighting. She was saying people that have lost their legs are able to, walk and take care of themselves. And here I'm being pushed. I was mad.
Because it was true. So Tissa comes in and this is the first time they have seen each other since the altercation. And she's just a little ray of sunshine.
Your mom? Well, hey, how are you doing?
Honey, I'm blessed.
TLC is so shady because she goes, honey, I'm blessed, I'm living the life, and they like zoom out to show both of them sitting their asses in wheelchairs. Pretty much immobile because of the obesity thing. But hey, she's alive. So Tissa and Tammy's mom start going back and forth and talking, and we find out that Tammy's mom used to be a nurse.
I used to be a nurse. I worked in the pelvic room at Job Corps, and we had to get the test tubes, see if they had gonorrhea or something like that.
Oh,
I wasn't bad until this girl come in and had this funny smell, and I turned around and looked at the doctor, and he pulled a $20 bill out of that girl, her pelvic area. Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I will absolutely never work in the medical field, because I know you guys deal with a lot, see a lot, and smell a lot. So after the description of the money in somebody's vaginal cavities, she decides to ask, hey, so what's going on with you since the whole fight? Let's talk about it right now.
How's it going with y'all? What all happened when y'all went swimming?
I said, well, Tammy, let's just walk, because I don't think I can push you on the concrete. And she said, no, not gonna walk. I'm just not gonna do it. But she can walk. I know damn well she can walk.
Yeah.
And then Tammy just shifts and fidgets around with that damn face. You know what face I'm talking about. The uncomfortable, angry Bowser face.
And she can do it. I know she can.
You had something to say to Tissa, Tammy Toe?
Tammy, do ya? Or are you just gonna wiggle your hair around? Did you notice Tammy always fidgets when someone is saying something that doesn't play in Tammy's favor or calls out her laziness or lack of doing what she's supposed to be doing so she doesn't die? So Tammy's excuse was that just getting out of the pool is painful enough and she didn't have the pain medication to help the pain.
And I wasn't on any pain medicine. I didn't have any.
So Tissa says,
Well, I didn't know.
It's hard to talk about it. Don't want to.
well, then I guess you're gonna have to deal with someone nagging you to walk then, Tammy, because you're supposed to communicate. How's anybody supposed to know what's going on? Most importantly, how's Tissa supposed to know? She's right there. If you don't communicate, we can't just read your mind.
I had no idea that you was in any kind of pain.
I hide it. I don't want people to know how weak I am. So I hide my pain.
That's really sad. I do feel like that made my heart, crunch a little bit, and I get what she's saying. But at the same time, Tammy, we can look at you and we just know you're in pain. We can tell that you are not doing good. So maybe, lower the pride and communicate little things that are going on, so then maybe we will understand you. But at the same time, Tammy's always full of excuses, so it's kind of hard to know what is real, what is actually happening, and what is just an excuse. But no worries. She could communicate her little oh, I hurt right now. And if I was Tissa, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Sit there for a second. Let the pain reduce. I can wait. We'll just wait until you're not hurting so much. And then, we can get up, take a couple of steps again, 2-3 steps, sit back down, and we'll wait again. Might take 30 minutes to complete about 15 steps, but that's fine with me because you're gonna walk.
Well, I'm about to cry.
I'm sorry, I should have told you. I'm sorry.
I had no idea.
So good, it's water on the bridge. I still love you.
I still love you too.
Aw, so see what communication can do, but who thinks she's still using it as an excuse? Although, she could totally be in pain. She is over 600 pounds. Every step that girl takes is probably painful, but at the same time, that's where she is right now. And in order to reduce that size and pain and keep her mobility, she kind of has to deal with it until she reduces the weight. So then she doesn't have so much pressure up on the bottom of her feet. Now, the mom, she ain't believing her. She thinks that Tissa is out of her league with Tammy because Tammy's very stubborn and lies and doesn't do work.
I think Tissa's in over her head. I wish Tammy was more independent and wanting to lose this weight.
Yeah, I think Mama Slaton knows that Tammy is playing her good old Tammy mind games with Tissa. But it's also breaking Tammy's mama's heart.
I don't want to have to bury a child. I want her to live a long life.
So it has to be hard to see that it's hard for Tammy. It's hard for everybody in that situation. It's not fun to watch. So then we get to Amy and her husband and little baby Gage, and she said that she heard that Tammy and Tissa got in a fight and is extremely relieved because she don't want to go back to taking care of Tammy's ass. She is a very high maintenance type person. But Amy goes into seeing a similarity between Tammy and her baby Gage.
Gage is a very well-bearded baby, but I'm noticing that he's like a bottomless pit sometimes. And I'm like, that reminds me so much of Tammy. It's scary because I don't want him to be 600 pounds.
No, it's not
I
gonna
do
happen.
not want him to be fat.
Wow. Can you guys believe this? Amy, freaking rude. Actually, freaking fat phobic. Did you hear what she says? She doesn't want her kid to be fat. How dare she? How dare she say that she doesn't want her kid to go through the same struggle that she went through? F her, right? I just see a lot of people from the fat positive movement saying that parents that make sure that their kids don't get obese are abusive. They say that puts a lot of harm in them and causes EDs. Can you imagine someone getting, like, just stopping that whole scene? Like, some fat, positive person in the background heard that. Like, they were walking by this taping of the 1,000 Pound Sisters while they're taping Amy Say This, went over and stopped and told Amy, like, how dare you say that about your kid? It's damaging. When Amy has went through the struggle, she's looking at her sister slowly die because of food addiction and not getting that core healthy beliefs when she was young. Can you imagine someone going up? All you have to do to know that this fat positive group is full of camel shit is just look at Tammy and then listen to her breathe. Or all you have to do is go to Walmart and look at the high number of obese people that are in the little rascals who are having a difficulty breathing as they sit and ride with a huge amount of little Debbies in their cart. That's your proof. Still, this community is a community. It just like mind blows me.
So I want what's best for him. I don't want him to struggle like me and Tammy did with our weight. I want him to be a normal, healthy weight.
Good parents. If I ever decided to have a child, I will absolutely make sure, just promise with myself and my kid that I will never have them struggle with food the way that I struggled. And I will make sure to always implement balance into their life when it comes to food, exercise, your body. Like, we don't need to go to the extremes. A healthy body is like the one that you want to go for, a nice balanced lifestyle. I just can't believe that some of these fat activists say that I'm such a harmful person and saying those things are harmful. To who? You and your lazy self?
I've been working hard to get this weight off. Last time I weighed myself a few months ago, I was about 260. My ultimate goal was like 150. But now it's like hard to lose weight. There's so much excess skin, and it does make it harder for walking. So my weight is plateauing.
I think this is a little hint and leading into her getting, you know, like skin removal surgery, which I heard is rough and painful. I'm always interested to like hear about the recovery, but you guys know my whole surgery thing. Can't listen to it, but I listened to a little bit. I think Jordan Shrinks. I'm bad with names. Had a lot of skin and I started listening to her video and she went into deep, nope, I'm sorry, I can't Little too much, but happy for the people that get it and they're, happy with their results. But I did want to talk about the ever so frightening word, plateau. Plateaus frustrate many. I've been through many plateaus and then I just quit. We'll get to that in a second. But I have to say plateaus are extremely normal. I don't know how many messages I get saying, Michelle, I've lost about 100 pounds and I was doing so good. I lost a lot of weight in the beginning and now it just stopped. Normal. Stop freaking out, calm down, stick to your program. Way too many people get this, put it down, stand on it. They weigh exactly the same and they just go, you know what? I quit. And then they just start binging and increase their calorie intake to a surplus. And then they put weight back on and they say, see, diets don't work. Who does that? Who did that? My ass. Many times. Tell me why it makes sense to so many people. If you start plateauing and not losing weight, you just quit and eat more than you ever did. How is that gonna help a plateau? I don't know. Past Michelle, what were you thinking?
You know, to me, it's ugly the way it looks. It's like, look at that. It makes me feel unattractive.
Oh, I really like Amy. She has really, I have loved this character development these past few seasons. I personally hope that she gets the surgery. It'll probably help her a lot, but I think she probably should wait till she gets to her main weight, right? So she says she found a place that can fix her right up.
If I get all that trimmed up, that'd be one hell of a muscle.
This could be a pretty interesting part of the series. Many people would probably love to see the whole loose skin recovery surgery, but the question is, will it be as interesting as Tammy dating someone called the BBW King? Probably not, but I still think people would be interested. I think people really like Tammy and they want to see her improve, but is it dramatic enough? Not as dramatic as Tammy, and her deciding to eat over 10,000 calories so she can die.
And then all this. And then maybe fix my boobs a little bit. Yeah. Because I ain't no grandma yet. I want turkey.
Girl, you and me both. It's not the most comfortable thing to wear a bra with a bikini. Next scene. So now we get to the next part where Tammy is getting pushed by her other sister in the wheelchair, trying to fit through a door.
I don't think we're gonna fit through there.
If you turn.
I'm sorry.
So this whole thing is what Amy is trying to avoid. See how irritating and annoying it is for both people to just go to a place. Someone has to push you. Apparently to many people it hurts to push Tammy because she's so heavy. The wheelchair is heavy, you have to put it in and out of the car. And then you have to worry about fitting through doors. Why anyone would want to be fat positive is beyond me. All of this seems very negative and annoying-tive. So Tammy is going to therapy because in order to get her weight loss surgery, she has to go through therapy. They need to talk this whole thing out, make sure that she's a good candidate. Unfortunately, Tammy does not want to be there. She's in another one of her little Tammy moods. She's breathing extremely heavy. After a few steps, she can't even say hi to the therapist.
Hi, Tammy.
I can't get through there.
Okay. Where you want to go with it?
Okay, you just walk out. I got it.
Well, it's not locked.
I go.
Okay.
Ooh, the doctor's face. Why? I see a reoccurring, facial expression here. Every single doctor that gets in contact with Tammy has the same facial expression. She didn't even talk to Tammy yet. And she's already like, shit, here we go.
Tammy,
There's not much room in
can
here.
you close that door?
Oh, okay, Miss Skinny. I would be a little irritated too if I just walk, I'm over 600 pounds. I walked a few steps out of breath, had to shift around to fit through the door, had to haul my ass cheeks to your office, struggling, sweating, almost not able to breathe, gonna pass out, and I'm finally about to sit down. And you say, can you close the door?
Tammy,
There's not much room in
can
here.
you close that door?
And I can't sit in the couch. This wasn't well thought out.
So I was watching this TikTok and I filmed a video on it and everything, but just to give you a little preview, this girl says to be a fat ally, you have to set up your offices or spaces to fit fat people. Can you imagine if this lady went out of her way to reconstruct her whole office, take down the door, widen it out for one client that is 600 something pounds who can't fit through the door? That would cost a lot of money just to say that you're an ally. Anyway, this therapist was very set on Tammy closing the door.
I'm gonna have to close the door, okay?
What I'm telling you is I gotta catch my breath before I can stand back up.
She had to move the couch, and by she had somebody else move the couch. Weak. So anyway, they ended up moving everything around and Tammy finally fit and they closed the door because it was just very important, I guess, to the therapist. Gotta keep everything confidentialized. Tammy is extremely pissed. She's always pissed. There's nothing new there.
So I just got to the therapist office, but it's small. I'm really uncomfortable, mad, embarrassed.
But part of that anger is probably because she's very embarrassed. She couldn't fit through the door, like she couldn't fit in the room. That has to be extremely embarrassing. She's tired and hot and sweaty and red. So, I mean, it's just adding to her frustration. And so she's not gonna be the happiest little camper. But I ended up really liking the therapist. She said the first session is just question and answer. And she said that she wants to really connect with Tammy.
Hey, tell me what brings you to therapy.
Food addiction.
Okay. So when did it start?
All my life.
Okay.
But she really wants to, you know, build a relationship with Tammy and get to the root of this food addiction. Like, what is going on? What happened in your past that, you know, is making you turn to food whenever you get upset? And the whole time, Tammy has that damn expression on her face.
Do you tend to eat more like maybe in the evenings? Do you tend to eat more when you're bored?
Clearly, all the time.
At least she's not lying. Anyway, the therapist realizes that, yeah, you got a look on your face over there, Tammy. That very unpleasant expression.
You look like you're scowling at me, like you don't want to be here.
Yeah, she don't.
How are you feeling right now, Tammy? I don't know what that means.
I don't want to talk about it.
Girl, you ain't getting your surgery. You are in a place where you are meant to talk about things, no judgment, and you just refuse to talk about things. That's the whole point. This is the step you need to get to your goal that you want, and she just still continues to refuse to go according to plan. Tammy is the definition of someone that stands in their own way to get to their own goal.
In general, how's your mood?
I try to stay positive. Only when I'm not feeling good or
Yeah.
hurting real bad is
Gotcha, okay.
when I start getting snappy.
Like right now, or when your sister was pushing you into the session, or when you were on the couch with your sister in the first episode when she said something and you called her stupid, or when Tissa was pushing you and she asked you to walk, when you and your sister were interviewing Tissa and the other nurses. Girl, you're always uncomfortable and snappy. But the session was nice. She started opening up just a tiny bit more and saying she needs to be more confident. She said that she doesn't care what people think, but then she says she does care what people think.
I mean, I do care what people think, but then again, I really don't. At the end of the day, what matters is what I think.
And she definitely does. A lot of people care what people think. It's just how are you gonna have those feelings affect you? Is it really that big of a deal to me that some people think that my forehead is huge and that I'm hideous? No. Does it hurt my feelings? Yes, but I'll just move on.
Tammy, what are your thoughts about the session thus far? Okay, I don't know what that means, so you're gonna have to verbalize
I don't have
it.
any thoughts.
Okay, there's no thoughts about the things that we talked about today.
Girl, you had a chance to let loose. You could have said anything. This session was fucking potatoes. This session was like corn on the cob on the farm. This session was boring as it is, sitting in my house doing nothing. You could have said grab a flav. Something is better than just...
I think underneath all of this stuff, I think there's somebody who's really hurt. That's just my impression right now.
You know she's right. Tammy has to be pretty broken inside. The comments and being bullied all throughout school, that shapes you. Then as an adult, being on social media and people making fun of pretty much all of your looks, she has to be hurt by it, and it's been going on since forever. Next scene.
You know what a droopy dog is? Where they got all those skin folds and stuff.
No, a basset hound.
Yeah, I'm a bastard hound.
Y'all, she speaks Walmart. Calm down. We already know this. It's her native tongue. Some of us pronounce it basset hound. Some of us pronounce it bastard hound. I think her little accent is very cute. So they take Amy's picture so they can virtually show her what surgery can pretty much do. And Amy seeing herself is the same reaction that I get when I'm in the self-checkout line at Target.
Oh my God, I'm ugly. I look like a sloth.
Girl, you and me both. So the doctor comes out and he examines everything and says on her arms alone, that's about 5 pounds of skin. And she has loose skin everywhere, so I'm sure that would just like take off a chunk of weight. And she says that she gets a lot of rashes and pain, like I said, with just the constant rubbing of loose skin. So the doctor says that Tammy should keep doing what she's doing because she's not at her goal weight yet and her body will continue to change.
My suggestions for Amy is continue on her weight loss journey. Her body will still have changes. After she's done with that, then we can proceed with having the surgery.
Because I think her next goal is to lose like 100 pounds, or it's like a pretty high number, 80 to 100 pounds. And now it's time for the family to go to the spa, and it's Chris's first time at the spa, and he getting waxed.
Gonna get his belly waxed.
His two wonderful sisters convinced him to go get waxed because he's gonna get the surgery, and so it'll make it easier for the surgeons or something if he don't got like bushes of hair on his gut.
I figured, just one little strip, because God willing, if I get my surgery, there is gonna be 4 incisions across my stomach. So they've talked me into getting that area waxed.
Quick story, during quarantine when everything was closed and I wanted Mike to be hairless, I decided to wax myself. I bought the kit and everything. I looked at videos, I looked at, little forums, and I was like, this is easy, just slap that on, rip it off, easy peasy. Honey, I did my armpit, ripped halfway, and let out the most horrifying, piercing scream I ever did, and my boyfriend ran up to me with my arms up like this, and I'm like, Garrett, get the fucking scissors, because there's no way in hell I'm gonna rip this off. And we had to snip my hairs one by one. Yeah, so don't recommend that. I ended up getting laser hair removal and I am bald everywhere. Recommend it. Anyway, let's see how the professionals are going to take care of Chris's stomach. All right.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that wasn't even bad. How was it?
That wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Oh, he didn't even scream. I'm either a huge or the stomach is a lot easier than the pits. Next scene. Tammy and Amy have a little workout scene.
I didn't learn that there, but I made that one up, okay?
And we find out that Tammy and BBW King broke up.
So what's going on with the look?
We broke up.
Woo! Party! I mean, I did not think that they would ever break up. They were definitely #couple goals for me. I did not see this coming at all.
I was tired of fighting with him, and just he said my insecurities were my problem.
So that's done, thank goodness. I do have to ask though, what the fuck is this workout? The remote is heavier than this Tammy, and it's funny to like a personal trainer point of view because I'm not just gonna make fun of her and then move on. I'll let you guys know why it's funny. I can explain my jokes. It's funny because she is morbidly obese. Bicep curls is an isolation move that isolates the bicep. You ain't gonna burn many calories doing this. Yeah, she's moving, that's great, but it's not the most efficient and beneficial workout for someone who is morbidly obese. Someone who wants to build their biceps, yes, but someone like Tammy who needs to actually move, stand up, do other things, and keep that mobility going rather than doing this with about 1 pound, she doesn't need to do that out. She can do that on the couch. She needs to be outside walking, doing something, moving her body. But I guess we'll see in her doctor appointment when she gets weighed. Next scene. So now it's time for Chris and Tammy's 1-month check-in with the doctor that always has the look of disappointment whenever Tammy is walking in. And once again, Tammy is nervous.
I'm worried about my appointment too, because I know I haven't been doing exactly everything Dr. Smith has wanted me to do.
Well, thank goodness she got those quick bicep curls in when he said he wanted you to walk.
Tammy, when I saw you last time, I gave you some goals. How's that been going?
Now, not good.
Oh, there's the look. I told you guys all the time.
So portion control's gotten worse.
Yeah, well, not worse, but
It's not improving.
Why does she keep breaking this man's heart? Why she gotta always let him down constantly? Well, then he asks her about her steps. That was a huge goal. She was supposed to get 70 or 75 steps a day. Well, did she do it?
I think some of the other goals we had were steps, and we were gonna start at 75 and go up by 5 each day. How are we on that? No?
I've been doing them.
But she has been doing bicep curls, right? To the people that are saying, well, at least she's doing something. You can do that lifting the remote. It's not beneficial for her. And look, Chris's face, he is not impressed.
Are we walking every day?
Quick, Tammy, tell him about the curls. It might make this moment a little less awkward.
I'm angry with the fact that she did not do anything that I asked her to do. I just really feel like she's wasting her time.
Yeah, she is. I don't know how these professionals do it and how they stay so just professional. Because I would tell her, Tammy, you're lazy and you're pretty bitchy. I've seen this show, this whole act that you're giving me, I don't believe it. You don't utilize your time wisely. You complain about things that you have the power to change and you're gonna die. But you know what? It's fine. I still get paid. So thank you so much. And how about, from now on, how about we just chit chat? I don't need to give you any goals because you ain't gonna do it anyway. And you can just keep on giving me money at this point. You want me to put on the TV for you? We can watch the next episode of 1,000 Pound Sister so you can visually see how annoying that you are being with this. Or Powerpuff Girls, your choice.
6:39.
Anyway, it's the first time that she at least did not gain weight at one of these sessions. She's just been constantly gaining weight, and so it's still a milestone for her that she didn't gain, and the doctor didn't want to just graze over that. He's happy about that, but he's also pissed.
But it kind of ticks me off.
So basically, the doctor said, imagine if you actually did what I told you to do, dum-dum. So then the doctor gives her the same exact goal. He said he does not want to just like reduce the goal just because she didn't do it. He knows that she can do it. She just needs to do it. And he even says that I want you to keep something that I personally keep and that I recommend to all my clients.
I want to see a piece of paper or something in your phone that you can show me that you put a date that you walked. And if you didn't walk on a date, just write you didn't walk.
So we actually do this in my workout group, and so you can keep a log, but I like to do like a visual thing on my wall, and I have a whole calendar where if you get your calories, like count your calories, all you have to do is count your calories. You wanna know what's going into your body and how much is going into your body because you have goals, and you wanna make sure you're getting your activity in. If you do those two things, you get a nice bright green check mark. You don't do it, you get a big, fat, ugly, red, evil X to show that you were not efficient that day. And I love it on the wall because then everybody sees it. And if more people see it, you wanna like hold yourself accountable because it's embarrassing when you have a goal and you don't do it. And it's also good, especially if you do the calendar way, because then at the end of the month, what a lot of people will tell me when they don't take their calendar, they'll say,
but I did so good. I only went over my calories a few times. I only skipped my workout a few times. I only was sedentary just a few times out of the month.
And then I'm like, okay, great. I just want to make sure that we visually see this, that we're making sure that we are actually doing what we're saying we're doing. So for the next month, keep the calendar. And then the next month, they take a picture of their calendar. They're like, I don't know what happened. I just don't know. And they're getting literally 2 green check marks out of the week. That's 2 out of 7, honey. That's an F. You failed. And I'm sure the previous month was not any better. Anyway, and now it's time for Chris to weigh in. And if he weighs in less than 400 pounds, he gets surgery. And apparently he will get it the next day if he weighs in less than 400 pounds.
All right, hop up here for me.
I'm taking my shoes off. This is it. And I am stressing. I have really buckled down on what I've been eating. But, there's always that thought in the back of your head that you're not gonna make weight.
And then the episode just ends. So I guess we all just have to wait until next time until I cover it because I'm the only person that covers this. You can't watch it on Hulu or YouTube TV because those don't exist, and no other YouTuber covers it because I am the only YouTuber on this platform. So you're just gonna have to wait for me to watch it, film it, edit it with the help of my editor, and then edit again. Yoshi and Butter's approval, and then we can watch it together. So hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you don't have to be a size 2. Having big biceps and big boobs are great to have, but not needed to be healthy. If you do have big boobs, make sure to be careful. Wear that bra so you don't take an eye out. And remember, health is important, and I want all my watchers to be healthy, even the ones that hate me, and especially the little doggies that watch, because you're very special to me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared.